Episode 59. Thank you all for listening to episode 58, Big Papa Pump, a big bad booty daddy murder mystery.
Whew!
Damn.
Wow, that was a mouthful.
Oh, shit. That's what she said.
Thank you.
I am Gary, here with my co-host.
Was there not two? There's just one?
Just you.
Oh, son of a bitch. Where's Brandon at?
He said it's Ash Wednesday, so I don't know if that he thought we'd make fun of him for the having the little cross on his head. He claims he's sick, but yesterday he was all excited about chili.
He missed out on good chili.
Yeah, that chili was great.
We just actually just finished the chili. Yes. Very good. I'm full. What did you put in the chili?
Well, I put in some spices, some cumin, some
cumin.
Some cumin. All right, some cumin, some red pepper, some hot and spicy shit. It was pretty spicy. Put some sriracha in there. It was good stuff.
It had a little kick. Anything else?
Pepper, salt, shit.
You put shit in there?
No.
I wonder why it tasted kind of funny.
Hold on a second. I got to think about it.
There were beans, tomatoes.
Diced tomatoes or green chilies. Cumin. Chili powder.
Seasoning. Okay.
Garlic salt.
Delicious.
Damn it. What else did I put in there? I'm going to have to think about this. Let's see. Some dry rub, I think.
Ooh, dry rub what?
This is a spicy seasoning.
Oh, different dry rub.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not that kind of dry rub.
Oh, I was about to say, because I have dry rub every day usually.
Oh, well.
Just in different, depending on the time of the day.
So what about now?
Well, no. I mean, we just did because it was in the chili. Like Monday, we had dry rub wings at work. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Like I said, there's always a daily dry rub.
It was Frank.
I think it was Frank's.
Oh, Frank's dry rub.
I think it was, I don't know, habanero ranch or something like that.
That's pretty good. Habanero ranch. They have those.
A little spicy.
They have those
zing.
chips somewhere. I think Speedway has those chips.
Oh, interesting.
Habanero ranch. Pretty good.
I'll have to look at those.
Yeah, they have their own chips now.
I'm not a big spicy person, so I'm a little bit of a weenie when it comes to spicy
I thought you did pretty good with the chili. You had about half of a container of sour cream.
I was about to say that was good. I did take an actual bite of chili though before to taste it, and it was very good. And there was a little kick to it.
Not too bad.
Like I said, it was a little bite. It wasn't a big one.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The rest of it was with the sour cream, which was delicious.
That's and I didn't put in habaneros or jalapenos because I knew that I was like, I don't want to make this killer.
I would have died, guaranteed.
Well,
I'd be sweating right now.
Yeah, that would be okay. But let's go through thanking everybody as always. Thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out at Wes Anderson Music on Facebook. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing, first and primary sponsor of OTL Sports Podcast. Thanks to Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. Call them 419-704-5471. They serve the Toledo and surrounding area and not. How about Chile?
Chile. I was going to say Bangor, Maine. That's a place, right?
It is a place.
Okay, that's where I'm picking.
All right, Bangor, Maine.
It's probably cold there.
What the hell was her name? Julie the Cat Gaffney? Wasn't she from Bangor? I feel like she was from Bangor, Maine.
That's been a while.
D2, Mighty Ducks.
Quack, 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 quack.
Quack.
That's it. That's all I got.
I like it. Thank you to Verizon, true technology business partner, helps local businesses deploy technologies that positively impact operations and can increase revenue for the company. At Verizon, we do not wait for the future, we build it. Go to the website, get in touch with a sales rep in your area. Thank you to PNC. Visit Cassandra at PNC, who will help you with your banking needs, whether it be loans, credit cards, personal banking. She's there to help. Give her a call, 419-877-0634. And then thank you to Charlie's Dodge. Visit Ben Meyer or give him a call, 419-893-0241. As always, mention Over the Line Sports Podcast. One thing I want to mention, we had a guest on, it was about episode 35, 36, somewhere in there. He was on twice. One of the grown-ups from the Grown-ups podcast, who does pop culture podcasts. We mentioned them. Check them out. They're on SoundCloud and iTunes. On March 9th, so Saturday, they're going to be doing, it's called you can find it on Facebook, the Grown-ups Coco Loco Chocolate Bar Challenge Fundraiser.
Interesting.
Right, and they're doing it at Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill, 29 South Monroe Street, Monroe, Michigan, 48161. So it's the five guys. So you've got Jason, Jeff, Clay, Brandon, and Jason and Ryan. Yeah. So you've got all five of those guys. And so what they're going to do, it's $5 cover at the door, and all proceeds go to Monroe Cancer Center to raise money for prostate cancer research. Pretty awesome. So they're going to be recording a live show of their podcast, and then towards the end of it, they're going to attempt to eat the world's hottest pepper, which is now the Black Reaper.
Whoa.
And it's in the Fuego Spice Company's Coca Loco chocolate bar. And so they're going to do this in a challenge. It should be interesting. They had a poll, like who's gonna do the worst, and it was Jason or Jeff, and Jason had 78%. And then after I had some inside information from one of the other guys on the podcast, I said, no, I'm switching to Jeff. Because I had heard, he had some spicy nacho Doritos and he was sweating.
Oh boy!
So
I'm gonna pick Jason though.
To fall apart.
It'd be worst. Yeah, I'm gonna take Jason.
I think that if Ryan, I still got my money on Ryan because he likes all that hot stuff and hot shit, and I'll tell the story real quick. Back at his old house, I went upstairs and we were with Adam, our buddy Adam, and we were gonna go. Like shopping, I think, on one of those Thanksgiving night things. And I go upstairs, I come back. I did not know. I thought we were taking a shot of like Jose Cuervo or something.
Yeah.
But he made this extract from like peppers. And it was called like the devil's bleeding asshole or some shit. It was awful. So it's in this shot. I did not know, of course. I take this shot and I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And they just start laughing. And I'm like, give me bread. So I took a hamburger bun, but he played that on me. I think he's going to be the one that comes out on this, but he's saying that Clay is a sleeper. So I'm interested to see how they do it. I wish they would eat it like during the show. I know they're going to do it probably at the end of the show, like they mentioned. I hope they record it, and I know they do have like videographers there to video all of this, okay. So that's going to be amazing. So they've got the event looks pretty awesome. They've got a lot of people planning to go. Again, $5 cover at the door. All proceeds go to Monroe Cancer Center to raise money for prostate cancer research. Awesome thing to see that they're doing over there. It's big for them. It's big for their show, and it's just awesome to see other podcasts and other people do things for charity. I know all of them are big for charity. Jeff, I know, has spent a lot of time putting this together, and he's done some radio bits on the radio, and he's just plugged it everywhere, and it's just nice to see. So congrats to those guys. I hope they raise a lot of money. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town and won't be able to attend, but I look forward to watching the video. So again, to you guys, congratulations and good luck. I hope you guys raise a lot of money for the prostate cancer research. It's a big deal, so good luck. Now on to Justin on the Twitter. Kansas will not win the regular season Big 12 conference for the first time since 2004.
I saw that. That was just an insane stat.
Yeah, and they lost last night. Right?
I didn't even realize that they were doing, I don't want to say that bad, but yeah, I didn't really realize that they were not up there in the running. And Kansas, honestly, when I first started getting into college basketball, Kansas was one of my favorite teams. And I still root for them to this day. I am a big Buckeye fan, but I always college basketball when I was younger, Ohio State wasn't that good. So as much as, you want to root and you do root for your team, they were never, they never made the tournament. They were good in I think it was the late 90s when they had Michael Redd. They were good then, and then by the time I started watching, in the early 2000s, they weren't great, and then they got good again with Conley and Oden, all of them, and then they were just kind of blah. So I always liked Kansas when I was growing up and would like to watch them play. They were always good. So it's surprising that they aren't going to win the Big 12 for the first time in, what you said, since 2004?
Right.
So
15
years.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane. And they got beat by, Oklahoma last night, I believe?
I think so.
Yeah. And, so going off of his question, what are the best team streaks in sports? One that came to mind or comes to mind is UConn women. Even though they might not win it every year, they're 1 or 2 losses every year, maybe.
Would they win 101 in a row or something? Yeah. That definitely is extremely. It doesn't matter what sport you're in. That's extremely impressive. Let's see, other streaks.
You'd have to think about it in team sports streaks. You can talk about the Anaheim Ducks losing 14. What was it? Was it them that lost 14 in a row?
Yeah, that was just this year, right?
Yeah, that was this year. Tampa Bay, they had a good streak this year, team streak. Mm-hmm. You can talk about it's a tough one.
It is.
I think back to what the Patriots did when they were 18-0. That streak was unreal until they lost the Super Bowl.
Yep.
David Tyree had gum on his helmet.
Yeah. I mean, in the NFL, 18 in a row is amazing. That's extremely impressive. But yeah, just trying to think. I think I want to say it was 2 years ago, last year or 2 years ago, when the Indians I think won 23 in a row or 24 in a row. Close to playoff time. I think it had to be 2 years ago because I think that's when they ended up losing to the Cubs in the World Series. But yeah, they had a huge run I think it started late July and went pretty much all the way through August. And I think they won 23 or 24 baseball games in a row, which is extremely impressive. I mean, that's not easy to do. You can win, if you win 20 series in a row, that's impressive. Taking 2 out of 3 in everyone. But when you win 24 games in a row in the MLB, that's very impressive. Very, very impressive.
And so, are there any that we can think of in maybe college sports? Alabama, kind of just being around, always being there.
Yeah, I think actually, don't the Rockets aren't they up there in like the top 5 for most wins in a row? I think they have like 34 or something back in
insane.
The 80s or something like that.
Yeah.
I think Miami, Florida was up there in college football as well for 35 wins in a row before I think Ohio State finally beat them. I think that was the 01 to 02 or the 00 or I should say 2000 to 2002 season.
Right.
That happened. Actually, that must have been some of that Cumin in there. Got
Cumin.
Caught in my throat. Come on, Cumin, come on. But yeah, so of winning, titles too, or I shouldn't say titles, but winning, division titles, conference titles, however you want to put it. I don't think because I think Bama. They lost. They haven't won. They didn't win the title. Georgia won the title.
Right.
2 years ago, right? When Bama ended up beating them.
Well, Georgia.
So Bama doesn't.
Well, Georgia didn't win it. They beat Georgia 2 years ago, and then in overtime.
Okay.
And then in the championship, they beat them in overtime, and then they got there this past year. But Clemson.
I was talking about the actual SEC though.
Yeah.
I thought Georgia won year,
but they didn't beat Alabama. They beat I think Auburn.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Alabama wasn't there, so Alabama wins a lot of national titles. But they don't have as many conference titles in a row as you think they would. You would think as much as they're up there that they would have those kind of conference titles.
You would think, but unfortunately they don't, and that's just how things go. What else? Any others you think of?
Off the top of my head, no. I was very good and didn't do any research this week, so.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Probably Gonzaga. I feel like they win Don't they win like the WAC or OW, the Western Conference every year, it feels like? They probably have some crazy streak. I don't know what it is, but they probably do. Seems like they win their division or their conference every year.
Excuse me, sorry, they
must have been the Cumin.
Yeah, it may have been, buddy. It may have been, but that's okay. So let's pivot into college basketball. Pivot. Gonzaga 1, Virginia 2, North Carolina 3, Duke 4, and Duke almost lost again.
God, they should have lost awake last night. How did that ball not go in?
I have no idea.
It literally sat. I felt like that should have dropped. That was insane. And Wake was like 14 and 18. I don't think they've won in Duke in like 30 years or something.
But it tells you how much Zion is worth to that team.
Yeah.
The guy's insane. Tennessee's 5, Kentucky 6, Michigan 7, Texas Tech 8, Michigan State 9, LSU 10, Purdue 11, Houston 12, Kansas 13, and rounding out, from 14, Florida State, Virginia Tech, Marquette, Nevada, Kansas State, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Wisconsin, Wofford, Villanova, Maryland, and UCF. UCF.
Yep, big game for Ohio State tonight. They play Northwestern. If they lose, I think they go to the NIT. They have to win, and Caleb Wesson is suspended for the second straight game for breaking team rules or whatever that he did. I don't know. So it'd be nice. I mean, they're going to get bounced in the first round of the NCAA tournament anyways, but it'll be nice if they can get there and get some experience for next year. They played Purdue, I think, last Saturday. And I thought it would be competitive, upset special, and then they found out Wesson was out, and then they ended up losing by like 40. It's like, Christ.
Right.
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, but, Yeah.
I think State and Michigan play again this weekend, don't they?
Yep. And Michigan State beat Michigan at Michigan without half their team. They need Ward back bad.
They get him healthy for the tournament.
Yeah, they lost to Indiana again over the weekend, which is twice this year. They've lost to Indiana. And then they just won last night. Yeah, they won last night. And I was going to go to the game, but I couldn't go. But, we'll see what happens. If they get them back for tournament time, I don't know. They're not going to – I had them in the Final Four, I believe. I don't think they get there with the team they have. But, I've seen crazier things. Like we watched all that crazy shit last year. So we'll see what happens this year. Yeah. Every year I think it's going to be the standard – all right, this is the year where the higher seed or the lower seeds are going to win. The 1 seed, the 2 seed, or you think, oh yeah, my bracket's going to look good. I'm going to stick with minimal upsets. Never works. A damn 16 beat a 1.
Especially State. They struggle. They've struggled in the tournament recently.
Yes,
they haven't made it past the first weekend in years. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. And Izzo, he's getting older, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he can still do it, but
I just got a text. So you know how I'm doing the shows this weekend?
Yeah.
Or the show, I should say. I get a text from our friend, our mutual friend, who is going with me. I need to borrow a polo. Apparently, I only have dress shirts now.
Tell him no. Say no.
Hopefully, I'm going to just give him one of the tighter ones I have, so he just walks around with his tight-ass polo.
Well, it wouldn't matter. I mean, he's smaller now, too. So.
Yeah, he's tiny. Little kid.
It'd be like a dress on him.
Maybe. It's a medium. I don't know.
A medium or a schmedium?
For me, it's a schmedium. For him, it'll be a medium.
Nice.
Yes. All right, so let's go into the NBA. Eastern Conference, Milwaukee, first team to clinch a playoff berth.
Saw that.
Yes, 48-16, best record in the NBA. Right behind them, Toronto, second best record in the NBA, 46-19. The Pacers in third, 42-23. Fourth, 76ers, only a half game back out of third. They are 41-23. Celtics are 9.5 back out of first place. They are 39-26. The Brooklyn Nets, 33-33. Pistons, 31-31. And then the Charlotte Hornets are 29-34. Mm-hmm. That's how sad the Eastern Conference is.
So is Miami. They hold the tiebreaker with Miami right now. So Charlotte is sitting in the 8th spot.
Terrible.
Yeah, as it looks right now, I think we have, 3 weeks left of basketball.
18 games.
Yep, so about a month. So right now you'd be looking at Milwaukee versus Charlotte, Toronto versus Detroit, Indiana versus Brooklyn, Philly and Boston. Obviously, I'm not even going to ask what the best matchup would be. We already know that would be Philly and Boston. Detroit and Toronto, it would be interesting because Casey would be going back to Toronto if that happened, but I don't think they want Kawhi. Kawhi will take over and destroy that team. So I think Detroit needs to slide away. They need to get Indiana, or they need to get, some. It's going to be tough for them. They don't want Milwaukee. I don't think they want Toronto. Indiana's going to be their best out because you don't want Philly or Boston.
Right.
So you better hope to God that you find a medium in there. But I'll tell you what, Toronto and Detroit, I think that would be a sweep city for the Pistons.
And I would have to agree with you. I think that if Boston's going, like you said, right now, they'd be going to Philly. They will get just walloped, I think. They do not have an identity anymore. Who knows what the hell they're going to end up doing. It's just bad right now. I just don't understand what in the hell is going on with them.
I mean, after they destroyed Golden State last night, I think that this is going to be it. I think that was the wake-up call. I think they're turning it on
I hope you're right.
Because the highlights I watched, they looked really good last night. Tatum looked great. Now, granted, Clay was out, I think, right? I think Clay was out last night.
Right.
Yeah, so they didn't, Golden State didn't have the full repertoire. And Clay is their best defender. So not only do you lose a good shooter, but also that he is their best defender. So that doesn't help them out either. No excuse, though. They still lost by, 20 at home? I mean, you don't lose by that much at home.
That was terrible.
No matter who it is, and no matter who's out. So we'll see. I think that's what Boston's going to be to turn around. I mean, that was my finals preview. So hopefully they can get there and do that. The good news, though, out of the East is that the Cavs technically have not been eliminated from the playoffs yet.
Technically.
And if you turn their record around, they have the same record as Milwaukee, 48-16. They're 16-48. The Knicks have been eliminated from the playoffs, so Cleveland should be about one or two more days away from that.
This is so bad. I can't. And before you get into the West, well, just go into the West. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What do you got?
No, I'll just read it because I need you to get to the Lakers so I can read this stat.
Okay. So in the West, Golden State 44-20 in first. Denver is a game and a half behind them, followed by Houston, Oklahoma City, Portland, Utah in sixth, the Clippers in seventh. Sorry, man. Now the chili's making me fall asleep.
Yeah, I know.
Did you put some?
I'm gonna roofie you out of my chili.
I was about to say, did you roofie me?
Mm-hmm. Okay. We were talking about that dry rub. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some dry rubbing later.
I'm gonna wake up with my pants off again, like I did last time I came over.
I wasn't here.
Oh, maybe I stumbled into your house. Who knows? Right. Very possible.
Interesting. Well, maybe is that why my peanut butter's gone?
Oh no, never mind. That was the dentist.
That's
where that was. Sorry, I got confused. And the Spurs in the A spot, rounding out the final playoff spot in the West. Sacramento is 3 games out of the playoffs right now, followed by Minnesota. The Lakers are
5.5 out.
Is that? That's 6. They're 6 out. Nope, sorry, they are 5.5. I was looking at the Clippers in 8. Yep, 5.5 out.
So, fun fact: their playoff odds are
0.01, right?
0.1%. So they are in danger of missing the postseason for the 6th straight time. And from 1948 to 2013, they missed the playoffs only 5 times.
Ugh.
So that is
LeBron hasn't missed the playoffs since what? 2000 and
like his first year,
2005, 2004,
second year, something like that.
Yeah, so
that's
he should have never left Cleveland. Simple as that. At least he's still in the East. He wishes he was back in the East.
Oh my God, they would be in the playoffs, almost in the playoffs if he was back in the East.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I get it. He did it for the kids and all of that. To get to LA, better place to live, no doubt about it. I would not, I would live in LA over Cleveland, but it's not looking good. But if there's one person who can, make up 5.5 games and out of 18, it's LeBron James.
You just need that other team to lose.
Yeah, and it'll be tough because you got the it's pretty much the Jazz, Clippers, and Spurs right there. They're 6.5 games away from the Jazz right now, and that's the 6th spot. So you just got to start winning. I'm sure they'll run into other teams, so that's how you gain. Spurs have a young team. It's still Greg Popovich, still one of the best coaches ever, if not the best coach to ever coach in the NBA. So he can get anyone motivated to win. So we'll see. It'll be a good little stretch run here to finish out to the playoffs here for the next 3 weeks to a month for the NBA. It'll be fun.
Right, and so while we talked about the Lakers, so they had a few things going on. First, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all his stuff at auction went for $3 million. Pretty awesome.
Saw that.
And then Carmelo Anthony, I saw they were talking about signing him, but they're not going to because they're not going to get to the playoff.
Oh, you didn't hear that? Yeah, Melo said that.
He's not going to go.
He goes, well, you're not going to make the playoffs, so I don't want to sign there. Yeah, it wasn't the Lakers. It was Melo. If Melo turns you down right now, where he's at in his career,
right.
Yikes.
And then, we saw that Pau Gasol took a buyout from the Spurs.
Yep.
And you saw where he signed, right?
I can't recall.
The best team in the NBA, Milwaukee Bucks.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. So
that's where they were weak at. That's scary.
Yeah.
They were weak at center. So that's a big pickup. I mean, Powell played 25 minutes a game.
Yeah.
And
that's a big pickup.
Giannis can fill in at center too for a little bit. So that's huge.
Yes. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out. Like we said, we got 18 games left. 4 weeks pretty much.
Oh, and Bogut is re-signing with Golden State out of Australia. I think he was playing. Yep. He was playing overseas, so he'll be re-signing with Golden State. If it already didn't happen, it will be happening soon for that playoff run, which is interesting because he won a ring there, signed with the Cavs the next year, blew out his knee, I think, within 2 minutes of coming into his first game. And now he's back with Golden State again. So, interesting.
That is how it goes. So, let's switch over to NHL. Eastern Conference, Atlantic, Tampa Bay, 9-1 in their last 10, 106 points. the big thing here, Boston Bruins 9-0-1 in their last 10. So they are at 89 points.
Yeah, and they're still 17 points behind.
But right, and they're tied for second overall in the NHL. The Maple Leafs, 86 points, and Montreal rounds out the 4 with 79. Sabres are 11 back right now, so we won't even mention them. Red Wings are at 56.
Yeah, not great. But like you said, we talked about it last week. The trades they made, Yzerman's going to come in. I think it's going to be good for them.
Cumin.
He's Cumin.
Yzerman's cooming in.
He's definitely cooming. I'm trying to think. I'm losing it. The kid that they drafted scored his first goal last night.
Yeah, I saw that. I can't think of his name.
Can't think of his name either. But it was a wicked wrister from about the blue line. I mean, just straight buried it. So that's pretty exciting. He gets to play the rest of the year most likely, so that'll be fun. Give him ice time with the pros. I think it'll be great. And like I said, hopefully Holland is gone and Yzerman comes in next year. Like I said, everyone knew it was going to be a dead season anyways. There was no hope ever for the playoffs. It's just get the young guys going, and they moved some big contracts. It sucks to see some of those guys go, Goose. But you know what? It's all for the better, and someone, like he said, is going to turn. I mean, Yzerman will turn that team around.
Are you talking about Goose from, like, Maverick and Goose?
No, Grey Goose.
Oh.
Vought.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, that Goose is dead. He's not coming back. Zelensky tagged me in that.
Cumin back?
He's definitely not Cumin back. Zelensky tagged me in that there was a shirt on Facebook or something that was Maverick and Goose 2020.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I commented back and said that would be a killer duo or something, like very savagely rude, like I normally do. So
kind of like that video
funny.
We tagged him.
Oh no,
in.
I think I said that would be a deadly combo.
I tagged you and then Brandon in that video, that NHL fight you thought, or not NHL, that you thought was going to happen. I tagged Zelensky after. I'm like, why didn't I tag Nick? And those guys just start dancing.
Just start dancing. I was like, Jesus. Yeah.
So in the Metro, the Islanders are still
in Metro.
I know. The Islanders are in
Stop
first, 83. No, you stop it. The Capitals also at 83 tied, but they're second behind in the tiebreaker.
And what is the tiebreaker, though? Because I thought the tiebreaker was always goals in the NHL.
Probably head-to-head, isn't it?
I thought it was goals. They do it a little bit different. They have the same exact record. You see that?
Yeah.
Same
38,
exact
21,
record.
and 7.
And Washington has much more. What do they have? Quick math. About 34 more goals than they do.
That's exactly
Look
right.
at their goals against, though, the Islanders. 161. That's got to be lowest in the NHL.
Oh, let's see. I'll do a quick look. And 164 by the Bruins.
Yeah, so
Who's next?
So the Islanders have the lowest goals against in the NHL. That is impressive. 161. They must have a fantastic defense.
Right. And then, you got the Carolina and the Penguins wrap out the top 4, both at 79. So they're all within 4 points, 2 wins for that top 4. And then Columbus, 77. They're just 3 wins out. 3 wins out of first. They're 1 game out of 1 win out of
6. Oh yeah, you're right. 3 wins. Sorry, I had 6 points. I saw.
Yeah.
My bad. You're right. 3 wins.
And then the Flyers at 72, and then Rangers 65, and New Jersey Devils at 59.
And they also have about 3 weeks left as well. They play 82 games. Most people are at 66, 67 games. So except Nashville. How many games has Nashville played?
69.
Nice. So to the West. Oh, look at that. The Central. Nashville leading 83 points in the West.
And they've played 3 more games, and they're only 1 point ahead of Winnipeg.
They've played 3 more games and are only 1 game
Is
ahead
that Toronto or Winnipeg?
You stupid idiot. Winnipeg.
From Winnipeg, you idiot!
Winnipeg has 82 points. St. Louis, 74 points. Dallas was 73. The Blackhawks really aren't quite out of it, but, I mean, this is the last 2 spots.
I did not realize they were that bad.
The last 2 spots in the Central right now, that's going to be fun. You got St. Louis and Dallas right now in with 74 and 73. And right behind them, Minnesota at 72. Colorado at 70. So that'll be a fun little race right there to see who gets those last 2 spots. Not saying Nashville and Winnipeg couldn't blow it and lose those, but, I mean, they're up there, so it'll be okay.
I think Calgary sitting in the Pacific, man, I'm just still surprised. I know they were doing really well.
Yeah.
This is unreal.
89 points in the Pacific. San Jose, 3 behind them with 86 points. Vegas has won 4 in a row. They are at 77 points in third. And Arizona with how many points?
I'm going to guess 69. I'm not down there.
Yep, 69 in fourth, followed by Edmonton, Vancouver, Anaheim, and the Kings. Anaheim's still 8 points out of that last spot after losing like 100 in a row earlier in the year.
Right.
They've won 2 in a row right now, so they're on fire.
So I'm gonna look at something, and I don't look at your stats anymore. Okay, this
for hockey. Or just
yeah. I'm gonna ask you a question.
I'll switch screens.
All right. So Calgary has the goal differential, goals for minus goals against.
Okay.
Calgary has 42. Okay. Toronto is at 51. They're in second. First is Tampa Bay.
Right.
What's their goal differential?
I hope it's 69.
No.
Damn it. 74.
87.
Jesus.
263 goals for, 176 against.
Wow.
263. The next team I think has 239, which is Toronto. That is incredible.
That's an insane stat. And to be honest with you,
87.
And to be honest with you too, as great as Tampa is looking right now, and as amazing as these stats
they're
are,
probably going to lose in the first or second round.
It feels like the last, I don't know how many teams, we'll have to look this up for next week. How many teams who've won the President's Cup the last few years?
Oh, that's just the Capitals, dude.
I know, but the Caps didn't win the President's Cup last year.
And they won the Cup.
Finally won the Cup.
Right.
So I'm just saying, winning the President's Cup, which is, sorry, for those who don't know, is having the most wins in all of the NHL. You get the
most points.
Most points, sorry.
Yeah.
Not most wins, most points, excuse me, you're correct. In the NHL gets the President's Cup, which seems like it's been Washington the last so many years, and everyone
ever since Ovi's been there,
and they choke. So it'll be interesting to see. I will have to look that stat up for next week because I don't want to go back through. That'll take some manual intervention there. And I just
we don't have a stat guy. We don't have a
Brandon. You don't have a stat guy because Brandon's sick or he's ashy or something. I don't know, but something like that. Ashy Larry, Ashy Brandon.
That's what it should be. Ash Wednesday, a Cumin story.
Cumin to Ash Wednesday. Miss you, Brandon.
Brandon, missed for Cumin to Ash Wednesday.
We'll take
Brandon.
this one offline.
Yeah, we might. I don't know what we're going to do with this. Oh, gosh. Where are we? MLB, big signing this week.
Bryce finally got signed. And it was funny because, and I know now my dad will text me tomorrow or Friday because now he listens to this every week.
Does he really?
He does at work. I think he does on Fridays.
Hi, Dad.
Maybe not a lot of people are around. So I'll get random, like I come into work early on Friday, so I'll have an email because he goes into work early as well.
Why doesn't he contribute? God, he should give us questions.
He could. I mean, this would be it because I know he's going to listen this week. So
Mr. Bear,
he'll know.
Can you send us some questions on the Twitter? Oh, he probably doesn't do Twitter.
Oh, no, he probably doesn't even know what Twitter is.
Can you send us via snail mail at P.O. Box? This is Over the Line Sports Podcast, P.O. Box, and this is for anybody, really. P.O. Box 2659, White House, Ohio, 43571. That's Over the Line Sports Podcast, P.O. Box 2659, White House, Ohio, 43571. And I'm dead serious. We want fan mail.
We're going to get dick pics from Indian dudes now. I already see this coming.
God.
They're going to want Bob's and Vagine. They're just not going to get it.
Yeah. That's fantastic. But anyway, carry on about your dad, Mr. Bear.
So I know he'll be listening. So and I totally just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the Bryce Harper. So he asked Friday. He goes, "Why don't you guys talk about Bryce Harper? It was in your description." I said, "Well, we did." He said, "But he didn't sign until Thursday." I said, "So how are we supposed to talk about him on Wednesday?"
Yeah.
Hard to do. I said, "We did talk about it. We said he might sign with Philly." So we were kind of right. So now I'll get shit for this over email Friday morning probably. But
I hope he writes a snail mail. Mr. Bear, please do. And I want to see in the return label, Mr. Bear. So, yes.
So what are the numbers? I don't remember. 10 years?
13 years, $330 million.
$330 million. And it's guaranteed through what, 10 years?
He does not have an opt-out.
At all.
Yuck. He can't opt out of his own
He's staying
shit
in Philly the rest of his career.
unless they trade. Like Brandon said, and it'll be interesting to see 7 years from now when we're on episode 700, if Brandon is right, that they trade Bryce Harper. At that point, he'll be 33. He'll probably go to the Yankees because that's how the Yankees work.
Yeah.
I hope not. But, yeah, 13 years, $330 million, which is the biggest money contract.
Yes.
But in terms of average, it is not. Machado got more than that.
Machado got per year.
Right.
He's got the biggest, but yes.
And then what did the kid from Colorado just get? He got, 8 years,
275 or something like that. Arenado. Yeah. And Arenado, I think, is better than
Machado.
And Bryce. But you know what's next?
Trout.
And
he's going to get the biggest.
He's going to get 400.
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen.
You think he they asked Bryce.
They said something about Philly, I heard.
Yeah, Bryce said.
I think he's getting looked at for tampering because of whatever he said.
Yeah,
what did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
All he basically said was, when he's available, then am I going to try to recruit him? Hell yeah, basically is what he said. So he's like, you'd be a fool not to try to recruit. Anybody would be. He's the greatest player of our time. All three of us agree here.
Yeah.
Jake probably think, who's the greatest, Jake? Scooter Jeanette. I don't know. Somebody from Cincinnati probably. I don't know. Jay Bruce, somebody from Cincinnati back in the day. But
Joey Votto.
Joey Votto.
That's what Dad would say. Joey Votto. He's a big Reds fan. So.
Mr. Bear is.
Yeah.
This year I hope they do. They, in my opinion, they got the best end of that trade with the Dodgers.
Oh yeah.
They crushed it. I always like pulling for the Reds in the NL. I hope they do well this year. It'll be interesting to see because they got Puig. Didn't they get Puig and Kemp?
Yes. Well, Kemp, and that's the thing is Kemp is older.
But
Puig,
still,
I think Puig. He's a great fielder. His head isn't there, and he's a streaky hitter. But he's still a shitty streaky hitter. You think he's still like a 240 guy?
Still good for that.
But he brings energy, man, and that's
what that.
And he's young.
They don't have any damn fans there. Maybe they'll sell a few more tickets. We can go there for like $10.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Watch a game. Maybe we should call them and say, hey, can we come record a show?
I wouldn't mind going down to Cincinnati. Their ballpark looks nice.
And now that I've got that big thing that I got out there for shows, that big rolling cart, we can just pack all the pie. I'll empty it out with the tools and pack all the pie. You know what? That's what we're gonna do whenever we go to Mud Hens and do that. Record at their show. We just have to figure out when we're gonna go and reserve that. Thank you again to Steve Maluski and Wayne Maluski over at Savage and Associates. We look forward to it.
That's
and
savage.
he recommended to me. That is savage. He recommended to me.
Oh yeah.
The cream of the crop. And
step into a Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
We gotta hope that he recommended that we reserve a couple dates, and I think we should.
Okay.
Because he's like, before it books up, we reserve a couple days. We'll check it out. I tried to get it I thought about it for episode 100, but there's an away game. We could still book that. There wouldn't be a game, but we could still book the room.
Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
We just have to make sure we've got Uber.
It would be better than the other place we talked about via text, which we don't have to mention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it would be fun there, but I don't want to destroy the place either.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. I'm biased to that though because I live close to there, so.
That's why you're biased to. No, but the other option is for throwback. We could build our pyramid.
Well, we can build a pyramid in there too. We can build a pyramid anywhere we go.
But we got to clean it.
The one venue I would just prefer not to because it's, it's not like, it's kind of classy. I wouldn't say classy, but.
Well, when you see this office, you're going to be like, why are we doing this?
I've seen it. I know.
Oh, yeah. I have sent you stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I haven't been to that floor, but we've had company parties when we did summer picnics
that's right.
up there. So I've been,
so
I know what
there.
the rooms look like. Yeah.
Maybe I'll just reserve it. I'll be like, hey, I know there's no game, but I need to reserve this room.
That would be even better, though, because then there wouldn't be a whole bunch of people. I mean, it would be nice for all the people, but I'm saying just for us in general, there wouldn't be that many people. There's still going to be people downtown.
And we can record. Are we going to record in the daytime and then go just party all night?
Could. We could. You could do it at. We could do it at like 5 p.m. I
like it. Well, it's going to be at least a 4-hour episode because we have 100 beers to kill.
You're right. No, at noon.
Noon. It's a nooner. Gosh, that's going to be interesting to do that whole show. And then I'll be like, this isn't really. It will release on Sunday at noon. Still, because I'll be have to be in recovery. But the good thing is, I have this. I think I told you about that. I don't get hungover, so I'm hoping that still works.
You're a very lucky man.
I know, and
you know what though? I don't know if I brought this up before. A couple weeks ago, when Nick and I went out, got just destroyed. Out all night, closed the bar down. Went to McDonald's afterwards. Smashed McDonald's breakfast, like sausage McMuffins, hash browns before I went to bed. Dude, I woke up feeling like $1 million. That might be it, because I felt great.
So basically, you're saying,
and normally I don't get like crazy hungover. Like there's been times, but normally I just have like a headache. I'll take some ibuprofen and I struggle bust the day.
First off, are we inviting people to this show? Like
I think
the live show?
I think we're gonna have to. I'm not gonna drink 33 and a third beer.
Well, no.
By myself. I know that.
Well, no, we're gonna have 8 people, but I'm saying are we gonna have more people than that?
We could.
Just invite them. Invite some of the people. I know Justin on the Twitter is going to try to come up for that.
Yeah. I mean, because we can do that. We're going to be downtown anyway, so we'll just go out afterwards. And then we can have, like those people.
Okay, who's driving you?
Special guests. I mean, I live very close, so Uber is very cheap.
Really? From downtown to there?
Oh, to my place? Oh, it's probably the ones I've taken before, $12 maybe.
So you're probably Uber downtown and then Uber back?
Most of the time I don't Uber downtown, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But, yeah, I would for this.
Yeah, because, we can figure we're going to be 12 beers deep, and it's going to be nuts. And then, I think girlfriend, wife, others are going to be there. We'll see if Jake can make an appearance for the 100th episode.
We'll get Nick to be there.
Nick will be there. Oh, yeah, because he's good for at least 25.
Well, for free beers, he'll go anywhere. So,
did we decide what beer we're going to bring?
Well, I feel like we should bring probably a mixture. 2 of us are going to be Miller Lite, so you will just decide on what you really want, and you can decide on the other half. I'd say half of it will be Miller Lite.
I'm going to probably just drink those Arnold Palmer Spikes all day.
You could do that.
That's an expensive 24-pack or 12-pack for me, but...
They're good. They're very good, but they're almost a little bit too sweet.
Yeah.
It's like that Not Your Father's root beer, where it's a little bit too sweet. You can have a couple.
So basically what you're saying...
I would switch to that. That would be good, though. When you're drinking beer, then switch to that and then have... Oh, yeah.
So basically what we got to do is we're going by 12-ounce cans, right? Yep. So if it's a 16-ounce can, then it's one... right? It's 1 1/3 beer.
We'll just get it until because then what would you need? 4 beer, or you would need 3 of those? That's 48, right?
Yeah, 3 would be 4.
So 3 would be 4.
Right.
So that's how we would do it.
So all I need is 2 6-packs, and I do my diligence. So I drink 9 of them. There's my 12 beers.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm done. I might do that. I will be freaking hammered, but it'll be fun. And then I'll be on a sugar high because it's just sugar.
Yeah, you're right.
Bear.
Red Bull and vodka.
I know. And then, Kelly will be there and just be like, what in the fuck are you doing? And I already forewarned her. We're going to see. Are we going to do the whole... I got to get in touch with... Maybe Brandon from Allwear will want to show up. Maybe Sean from Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. I'll invite him down. He likes drinking beer. I'll be like, hey, dude, we got free beer.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
I thought Sean was Henny.
He's a Henny liquor kind of guy, but if we had some beer for him, I'm sure he'd drink. He'd participate, maybe, partake in our fun.
Interesting.
We're going to have to reach out to them. Brandon, do you think we should have the shirts made kind of like Patty's Pub did, but have it like with our logo, and then so we can still write on the shirts?
But that's got to be a white tee still.
Yeah, it's got to be a white tee. Get the logo on it, and we'll mark them, and we'll hang them up.
Well, that's what we'll do. We'll put the logo, but with our logo, we should put like an underline right under it, and then that's what we'll mark it all, because it's like your...
I bet you I could have them make it look like a scoreboard or something.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome.
Or like a big square that you could put in there.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Or that's what you'll do. You put 12-ounce Miller Lights on this side, and then 16-ounce Arnold Palmers on this side, and that's how you'll add them up.
Well, did you see this season of Always Sunny?
I think I missed
where they
the
did
last
wine,
3 or 4.
so they converted wine
I did
to
see
beer.
That one. Yes, I got into that one.
It wasn't as great as I thought it would be, but it was still clever.
It was still good.
And with the moms
and
at the end,
women, yeah.
and the moms at the end.
Because D wanted to do it because the guys. It's always about the guys.
It's always about the guy, and then Frank's there in the cabin. Oh God, what a great show. Gosh, we got way off topic.
Yes, we did. I don't even know what we were talking about. Baseball. I think we're on baseball.
Yeah, and your dad.
Bryce.
Your dad's going to listen to this and be like, what the fuck? Yeah. Why did they go off on a tangent?
What happened? Right.
Hey, will he drink beer?
Yeah, he wouldn't go for that.
He wouldn't?
He's, he wouldn't go for that. But
he can, even if he comes, if he drinks 4, it helps to our total.
It would.
Mr. Bear, will you please come down? Right now it's tentatively scheduled for July 27th, and it sounds like Bear and I made the executive decision here. We're going to do it downtown.
I like it. I think that's a good idea.
I think it is too. So
you got to have Budweiser, though.
For him?
Yep.
If he confirms that he'll be there, you let me know.
We'll get Budweiser
on next week's show. I will get him Budweiser.
12-pack would be perfect, probably.
And if he drinks all 12, that contributes to our show.
As long as Zelensky doesn't get to him first.
Does he like Bud?
He'll
drink
anything that has alcohol in it.
When he came to my wedding, by the way, Nick, you asshole, comes to the wedding in shorts.
This is a great story.
A Michigan polo, and drank 17 beers. And he just kept the cups.
Yeah, he kept 17 beer. Dude, they're like 8-ounce cups, man. Get over yourself, okay? You're like
but
doing
he still
shots.
Stacked him. I give him credit.
Oh yeah, he kept doing that. That was when
because I remember Cody asked me, "Hey, can I bring Nick?" I'm like, "I don't give a shit. Bring Nick."
And then we had afterwards we went somewhere. I don't remember where we went. We went to another.
I went to the casino.
We went to another bar, Legends or something,
and
probably.
In the bedroom.
And then to sleep.
Yes.
Or Cumin.
Cumin.
Oh, Cumin. And then we went to Taco Bell afterwards.
Didn't you order like $50?
Yeah, it was me, Nick, and Cody. So we ordered a whole bunch.
Jesus.
We were gone. And he spilled, I don't remember if it was cheesy gordita crunch or something, all over his polo. He had to throw that thing away. He completely ruined it. But he wore it with Taco Bell stain on it for a while after that.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, we got hugely off topic. What's after MLB? Golf? I don't have the thing in
NASCAR.
front of me. NASCAR, okay.
So we can go into a few things for NASCAR. How far are we in? 45 minutes already.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Way off topic.
Yeah, that's okay. We had to promote the Grown Ups podcast earlier, and we got to promote our 100th show. That's big. And I'm hoping some of those guys will make. I'm going to invite them all. I'm going to say, just come on, and then we'll just bring each one on at a random time. Because if we're all drinking beer, who cares, right? And you know, if they're contributing, we're going to mark everybody's shirts. I don't care whoever's drinking. We're going to be like 100 beers.
Well, and that's what we'll do. We'll just set up we'll have an extra mic, and those will be our guests when we're in there, you know. So we can get up and talk or whatnot, but then
we got room for 4. Yeah, because Stat Guy, he lost his spot. All right, so the winner of the race, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski was second, Douche McDoucherson was third, Harvick was fourth, Kurt Busch fifth, Stenhouse sixth, Eric Almirola was seventh, Martin Truex Jr., your pick, was eighth, Chase Elliott ninth, Denny Hamlin 10th, my pick, Paul Menard, was 15th. So if we go
pull that bad boy up.
If we go over and take a look, by the law of averages, Bear, you are still winning.
Yes, I am. Where are they racing at this week?
They are
Phoenix?
at Phoenix. Okay. Yes.
Let me do a little bit of research because I haven't done any yet.
I haven't done any either, so I think we're both going to have to do research. So I'll talk while you do your research, and then you're going to talk while I do mine. So I'll let you do yours. You do some research. Remember, just to recap kind of what's going on, we cannot pick the same driver for 26 races until the playoffs start. Right now, Jake, who had vacant, so we gave him 41, and then Kurt Busch, third, Brad Keselowski, second. So his average, even with his vacant, is 15.3, enough for second place. First place, of course, is you you had Brad, who finished 12th at Daytona 500. At Atlanta, Kurt Busch, you had finished third. Truex finished 8th, so you're sitting at 7.7. Brandon is in third right now. He had Chase Elliott at the 500, who finished 17th. Ryan Preece, 35th. And then Douche McDoucherson finished third. And so he's at 18.3. And myself, I had Bubba Wallace. I thought, he could replicate what he did last year, but he finished 38th, and that cost me. Eric Jones, who finished 7th. And then Paul Menard, who finished 15th. So my average is exactly 20.
It's a good round number.
Right. So this week at Phoenix, at the NASCAR Cup Series at Phoenix, do they have a sponsor for this race yet? When I wrote this down before, they did not.
I don't know. I think before they had, I just had it and I lost it. I'm not sure. I don't know if they do. But this is a track dominated by Kevin Harvick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in the last 5 years. Excuse me.
Yeah, 2 years. What is it? In 2013, he won from 13, won both races in 14, in the first race in 15, and then Junior randomly won, and then Harvick won again.
And then Logano, Newman, Kenseth, Harvick, and Busch. This is. I'm not a big Phoenix track fan. Never have been. But goodness, man. I mean, Harvick just dominates this, and it's hard not to pick him. He raced well last week, and his car kind of – I got to see the last 30 laps, I think, and I thought he was going to win. I really did. And he just car kind of just couldn't keep up at the end, and it was a little bit disappointing because he had a really fast car. He was doing really well. I think he was on the pole? He had the pole, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because I picked him in DraftKings, which I won, by the way.
And I was second, third week in a row. 3 races, 3 second places.
And I think I texted you. I was like, oh man, I really hope Logano wrecks like so bad because I would have won. I would have won a lot of good money with that. But he didn't, unfortunately. He won. So I'm going to go. Brandon took Eric Jones this week, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Harvick this week. I'm going to take it. I'm going to use him. I mean, why not? This is my thing, is that I want to. You can't hold the big guys forever. We got 26 races. Granted, I've used 2 in the last 2 races. And Keselowski is a top 5 driver, so really 3 probably in the first 4. But if I keep my average low enough and get lucky later on, then I'll be good.
Right. I'm going to go I got to text Stat Guy because who knows what the hell he's going to do. I'm going to go with a guy who I think can win this week. He finished in this race last year. There's 2 races that were at the Speedway. He finished 4th and 7th last year. Give me Eric Almirola.
Okay, nice. Almirola had a good run last week and kind of fell off towards the end. And he had a great run at Daytona until he wrecked.
I like him. He just proves that Danica sucks.
Yeah. It's a good car. Really good car. And he did well in Atlanta, too.
Yes, he did. So, we'll see what happens. And, what do you think so far this season? We've got Kyle Busch, who won 2 of the 3 races over the weekend. He's at 197 now, nearing that 200 mark for overall NASCAR wins. And I know that he doesn't say that it's 200, in NASCAR, but still a pretty damn big deal for him.
Yeah, it's monstrous. He's about there. And just like we talked about last week, and it's not as fun with Brandon not being here, so he doesn't get all red in the face and starts getting yelling and spitting and angry and starts dropping F-bombs. I mean, it's going to happen. It doesn't matter. It will. I mean, dude's he's a great driver of everything.
Right.
The truck, of Xfinity, of,
And Brandon gets all pissed.
Series.
He's like, oh, they're not all top tier guys. And I'm like, yeah, go look who else is racing in there. He's still beating all of them.
I get that for Xfinity. I understand that. But for truck, those are the best truck drivers in the world.
Right.
They're not just slouches. These guys are good at driving truck. That's why they do it. And obviously, NASCAR, they're the best drivers in the world. That's why they do it. Xfinity obviously is lower. So, yeah, some of those wins, okay, I get it. You're racing with a really good car against these guys who are young up-and-comers who don't have as good as cars. Of course you should be beating them or be up there. Yeah, get that. Cool. I can vouch for that point.
Right.
But when you're winning truck and stock car, oh, man. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
He's good.
We try to tell. He is absolutely insane. Like, unbelievable.
He is.
And if he could race all of them, he probably would. I don't even know. Like, the fact that Brandon likes, and I'm happy that Brandon sort of agrees that he probably is the best driver out there, but it's still like, come on, Brandon, I just need you to say it, and he doesn't want to say it.
Yeah, it'll take him a little bit to say that, but he will eventually. He's going to have to come around. So, but yeah, it should be a decent race this week. I'll probably do the same thing I did last week and catch the last 30 laps. It's what I've been doing. It's more fun. We'll see.
Right. So, on to golf. Did you watch golf this past week?
I did not. Honda Classic, though. It was a good tournament.
We can go to those, by the way, there's just one person just destroying everybody in golf.
Yeah. Yes, you
are. Like last year. I mean, look at this. There have been 9 tournaments so far. I have 3 runner-up finishes right now and a win.
Yeah, that's
my worst place is 16th. That's insane. And I have not picked the same golfer twice. And by the way,
solid.
I'm not going to pick the same one again this week.
I am. This is going to be my first one. And I'll let me finish up with the Honda Classic.
Go ahead.
An unknown, Keith Mitchell, won. He was
pretty awesome. He
200x in the world. He beat out Koepka and Fowler. They were destined to go to a playoff.
Brandon, by the way, had Koepka.
And you had Fowler, so you guys had both of them tied for second.
Yep.
He had about a 28-foot putt on 18 for birdie to win. And if he misses, he pretty much goes to a playoff with two of the best golfers in the world, Ricky and Koepka. And the dude drains it. I mean, dead center cup, huge fist pump. It was amazing. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Hell of a win. I think he doubled up his earnings or something like that just there. He won $1.2 million off of that.
Right.
290th in the world or something like that. Good for him. I mean, that's a hell of a win. That's a ballsy putt. Dude shoots a 67 on Sunday to beat out Koepka and Fowler. Well, they're playing good. Koepka shot 66 and Fowler shot 67. So he kept up with them.
How about Palmer? 63.
Yeah, and he jumped right into fourth there.
Right.
VJ was there all week. He was, I think, co-leader going into Sunday and shot a 70. Faded a little bit, but VJ is a 50-plus-year-old man, and he's still hanging with these guys. I did actually win money in golf this week. I had Furyk and Kokrak. You see both tied 9.
Yep.
And I had Thomas was my big one, who of course played shitty after defending champ of last year and played so well. And then what he finish? 30th?
Right.
Ugh. The sad thing is he finished 30th and my thing still went. That's how bad my golf has been lately.
Dude, I know. It's what is it at right now?
I'm finally, Jason Day missed the cut, so I'm finally, I'm not in last anymore.
Well, Jason Day, I don't think golfed.
Oh, did he? Oh, well then.
I don't think he was in. If you go through, and maybe he either missed the cut or I don't think he was in it. I don't know. But I did not see his damn name, if I remember right, or he missed the cut. I don't honestly remember. I'm like, how is he picking guys that are not even golfing? No, I don't think he golfed. So he gets an 82.
That's weird. I was just scrolling through, and there was a...
So it's like he picked Spieth, and he had a vacant, and he's still barely ahead of you or behind you. I don't think I really don't think he played in that tournament. So this guy, Jesus.
Yikes.
Yeah, we'll see what he says for his picks this week. I don't know.
Okay, so this is going to be my first double of the year, and I'm doubling with the guy I picked to start the year. I'm taking Bryson this week. Tiger isn't playing, has a neck strain. He is out this week. He was going to be my pick. Tiger's won Bay Hill 7 times. He loves the course. He is not playing this week. No Tiger. Neck strain. Out. Rest up for the Masters, Tiger. Don't even play again until the Masters. Don't need to. So, anyways, to my pick, DeChambeau had a very good relationship with Arnold Palmer. He loves this course. I'd have to look up and see what he's finished here, but I think he's had some very good runs here in the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. I think it would be huge if DeChambeau wins this tournament this week, and I think he knows that. I think he should come out playing very well, and I would not be shocked if he does win this week.
And Brandon, who did he take?
Rory McIlroy, who's been playing well also. Rory as well. I think he won this last year? I want to say he won Bay Hill last year. Yeah, he's the defending champ of this. Rory as well, very good course history here. Very good relationship with Arnold Palmer. It would mean a lot for him to win this one as well. It would be huge. So it's a good pick from Brandon there for Rory.
Who is the number one golfer in the world right now?
Dustin Johnson.
No.
He isn't?
No.
Is it Justin Thomas?
No.
Who is it? I don't know who it is.
Another guy with the same name.
Justin Rose is? Really? He's the number one golfer in the world? He hasn't even played this year, it felt like.
Yeah. He probably isn't the number one. It's probably Justin Thomas. But he won the FedEx Cup last year, right?
Yes, he did.
Beat our guy.
Yes, he did.
Which I know we were all pulling for Tiger. But, give me Justin Rose this week. You know, his official ranking right now is 2. 1 win so far this year, 3 top 10s. You know, give me Justin Rose, man. Haven't taken him yet. I like it. It'll be interesting to see. I think he can pull it out.
I mean, he certainly can.
So he's not Cumin.
Well, he will be Cumin if he pulls it out. Cumin.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Cumin.
Sneak peek into my DraftKings this week. Obviously, Bryson, taking him because I'm picking him to win. Couple of other guys who I got to fit in. Only going to give you 2 more. Matsuyama. Oh, yeah. He'd be up there this week, top 10. And then someone who hasn't missed the cut this year. Seems like ever since he almost got almost got dropped from the tour.
Who did?
Ian Poulter.
Really?
He had to win a week to stay on tour. Did that, and ever since then has just been playing phenomenal golf. Ian Poulter has not missed a cut this year. He's cheap. He's $8,000. I'm sticking with him. I think I have a good lineup this week. I don't think I'm going to win $150,000, but I think I should get 6 of 6 through. So hopefully I win like $30. I'll take that. But it should be a good tournament this week. Bay Hill's a fun course. I like when they get into the Florida swing, just like I said. So this is going to be pretty fun. But new month, so it means we get to pick same golfers again, which we'll be going into.
Yeah, and I'm going to see how long I can go without picking the same one. So who did we take? Rory, Justin Rose.
Bryson. That's going to be tough.
God, I'm down to 6,000.
That's going to be tough.
So I'm going to have to find some golfers down in the 6,000 range. Thanks, guys.
What's the lowest?
6,000. And I've got $6,066 to spend.
So you got to take 2 of them and someone that's 60,
it's not
200.
going to happen. I can't do it.
That's tough. You got to pick just cream of the crop right there. I might do it just for shits and gigs.
I can't do it. I just don't trust it.
Yeah.
So let's see what kind of guys we got down here. Ernie Els, take him. He's not a bad one.
Yeah.
11 to 12 cuts. No top 10s, but 11 to 12 cuts is big. Brendan Steele is not playing well this year. I just don't get it.
See at 6,000?
No, I got rid of Rory. I know he's playing well, but nah. Sorry, Brandon. I know you're a Rory McIlroy fan.
I would apologize to him.
What about Nate Lashley?
No.
He's 6 to 6 on the cuts. 1 top 10.
When was the last time you played, though?
Nate Lashley?
That's what you got to look at when you're looking at DraftKings. You got to figure out when these guys.
February 21st.
So 3 weeks ago.
Finished 8th.
But
that was the Puerto Rico Open.
Oh, that's not even the main tournament they had that week.
How about Brian Gay?
That'd be a good one for you. I think that'd make a good pick for you right there.
He was 20th at Honda, 60th at Genesis.
Well, so he's made 2 cuts in a row, and those are the last 2 tournaments.
And he was 7th at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
There you go. That's
10
good.
out of 11. Let's get him.
Well, that's what you need, though. You need a guy who's playing good golf.
How about Tiger Woods?
I'd pick him. I'd pick him right now.
How about Thurston Howell III?
Okay.
Billy Horschel. Patrick Reed.
Billy Ho. Billy Horschel reminds me of...
Ian Poulter.
Was that Billy Ho? Was that his name in White Man Can't Jump? Is that Woody Harrelson's name? Billy Ho? Billy... It was Billy. Billy...
Was it Billy?
I'm pretty sure. Oh, I know for a fact it was Billy. I think it was Billy Ho.
Billy. Are you sure? I want you to look at that while I'm trying to pick a golf team right now.
White Man Can't Jump. Why is there a picture of me?
You know what? I'm taking Ernie Els.
Don't take Ernie Els. Billy Hoyle. That was close.
Close. And, dude, I like your Ian Poulter pick. So how's this work for you? Brian Gay, Justin Rose, Bryson DeChambeau, Bubba Watson, Ernie Els, Ian Poulter.
I have Bubba, too.
So I'm going to submit that lineup.
Do it.
Yeah, and for everybody that listens to this, if you listen to it at midnight, you have a chance to beat us or join us on our things. Let's see what happens. All right. So you on to the next thing? AAF?
I don't even have it. So
Are you ready?
I'm waiting on you.
Memphis beat San Diego, man. 26-23. Orlando 20. Salt Lake 11. San Antonio, our team, they won 12-11 against Birmingham.
Good.
I might have to switch teams. San Antonio looks like shit.
Is Woodside still playing?
Yes, he is like 3rd in passing yardage.
Good.
Atlanta 14. Arizona 11. Now, you talked about Trent Richardson. He does have the most touchdowns rushing, 7.
Yes.
But he has like 67 attempts for like 160 yards.
Ugh.
It is awful. He is god-awful. It's, God, here, I'm just going to pull up these stats so I can tell you some of this stuff. So Orlando 4-0 is the only undefeated team left in the AAF.
Spurrier.
Right.
Good squad.
They are. Birmingham 3-1. And then Memphis and Atlanta 1-3. And then over in the Western Conference, San Antonio, San Diego, Arizona, all 2-2. Salt Lake 1-3. You know who your passing yardage leader is by quite a bit? Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah, Orlando, right?
Yes. Logan Woodside's 735. You know who's leading the league in rushing? Only 287 yards, though.
I do not. Who?
Jaquan Gardner.
Never heard of him.
So he is, he might be making a name for himself. Time will tell.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Certainly.
You think the NFL is going to be able to pick up many guys from here?
Yeah, they could. Let's not say many. A couple.
And Jaquan Gardner.
Jaquan.
So this is how good this dude is. Remember I said he's leading the league in rushing?
Yeah.
44 attempts, 287 yards, 6.5 yards a carry. 3 touchdowns. He might be your MVP this year, folks.
Nice.
Trent Richardson, 67 carries, 160 yards, 2.4 average.
Ugh.
But he is winning, or he's leading the rushing touchdowns. He has 7. The next person has 3, Jaquan Gardner. And we have some others there, but we're not going to talk about them because they don't matter right now.
I like it.
All right. So for the passing touchdowns, John Wolford has 8 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Here's the big thing about Garrett Gilbert that we talked about. So that we haven't talked about. So he's 70 of 113, right? Mm-hmm. 61.9 completion percentage, which is I think the best. Yeah, Austin Appleby's 1 for 1. So he has the best completion percentage. 61.9 besides Zach Mettenberger, who has 73. Did he take over for
Hackenberg?
Yeah, so listen to how he did. 27 of 37, 293 and 3 touchdowns.
Mettenberger was good in the NFL.
Right.
He was decent. I mean, he put up good numbers. He was good at LSU. He wasn't going to be anywhere in the NFL. I think is he with the Jets? I want to say
yeah,
maybe
he was.
The Jets, right? Yeah.
Or was that Hackenberg?
Hackenberg was.
Maybe they both were.
I thought Mettenberger was. Maybe he was at the Dolphins or something.
Well, either way, Garrett Gilbert, 1,000 yards, 70 passing attempts, and 6 touchdowns, no picks, which is big here. Mettenberger, 27 of 37, like we said, 294 yards, 3 touchdowns. So I'm going to just check out Memphis just to look at their play, their team. So Christian Hackenberg had 277 yards passing.
Titans. That's where frickin' Mettenberger was from.
Hey, receiving yards. Reese Horn and Alton Pig Howard. That might be my favorite player. Pig Howard. I love it.
He stole Jordan Howard's nickname.
So look at this. This is the difference for Memphis. Christian Hackenberg, 32 of 62, 51 completion percentage, 277, 3 picks. That's his stats. Zach Mettenberger, 27 of 37, 294, and 3 touchdowns, not picks. That's huge. That's a big deal.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And Mettenberger is better than Hackenberg. Hackenberg's got to get kicked out of this league.
He's going to go to the
XFL. He'll probably get kicked out of there, too.
So Memphis, like we said, we'll take a quick look at Memphis. They're at 1-3, okay? Unfortunately, they're in the Eastern Conference. Do they all make the playoffs in this? How does this work?
I don't know. To be honest with you. I'd have to look that up.
Yeah. Why don't you take a look at that while I'm going over some stats, if you can see who makes the playoffs. So they are 1-3, and unfortunately, Birmingham is 3-1, Orlando's 4-0. They're not going to catch him. But now that you have him in there, you could potentially see a difference here. So Memphis, we said Memphis got their first win. Was it this week? Did they start out 0-3?
Yes.
I believe so. And I got to go back and see who they beat this week.
All right.
This is week 4.
Top 2 teams from each conference will advance to a 4-team playoff with the first playoff game April 20th.
How many teams?
So there's going to be 4-team playoff. Top 2 teams in each conference.
So they need to have a 2-game swing, and there's only 8 games, right? So half the season's over. So they're
April 20th is the first playoff game, so a month and a half away.
So they're more than likely not going to make it.
Got to win some games.
But they beat San Diego. San Diego is now 2-2, so they were 2-1 going in, and Memphis was 0-3, and they did it with Zach.
Yeah.
Hackenberg is no good.
No, Hackenberg is
Was he at Penn State?
Yeah.
Yeah, garbage.
Trash.
Absolute trash. Sorry, Christian, if you listen to the show. Doubtful, but
Is he trash?
we should be the official podcast of the XFL, not the AAF.
Or both.
Yeah, why not? All right, so I'm done with AAF. You got anything else on AAF?
No, I got to watch some games, but no.
Did you see, though, that the NFL is looking at the Sky Judge as a potential thing?
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone loved it. It's pretty cool. So
let's go quickly into suspensions. Irving, out indefinitely, right? David Irving for Dallas.
yes.
Randy Gregory,
Stop
out
saying
indefinitely.
Irving. You did this before, and you confused the shit out of me. Use
Oh,
first
because I say Kyrie.
pronouns, pal.
Pronouns, pal.
'Cause
Damn
you
it.
said, so you said you text last
Oh,
week.
yeah.
You go Irving suspended. I was like,
Indefinitely. You're like, who?
no,
Sorry.
I said because I kept going with it.
Well, I
was
figured
like,
you knew
what?
now because it's
And
NFL.
then you said David, and I was like, okay, I thought you were talking about Kyrie because I was confused as shit. Yeah, I knew
Because I am a
David Irving was
Celtics fan,
suspended.
so I should be saying that. All right, so that's quick. I just wanted to get that off there. So let's talk about the Combine, right? How about the guy that's been the star of the show right now, DK Metcalf, man.
Dude,
Wide
monster.
receiver. He's, 6'5" out of Ole Miss. There might be 2 Ole Miss receivers taken before any other receivers taken
Yeah,
with AJ and DK. So it'll be interesting. DK, I just want to throw this out there. Like, I'm a pretty stocky guy myself. I can't do what I did before with a broken shoulder. I'm still pretty strong, but I know I can't bench how I used to. This kid, first off, I'll just say this, 225 pounds. It's quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I weigh now. The most I ever benched that was when I was about 240, and I was at my, premium shape, and I benched it 19 times. This kid benched it 27 times, and he's a fucking receiver.
yeah.
He did it more than some linemen.
I mean, he looks like. I mean, they had the picture with him and the other wide receivers, and I mean, he was just towering over them, just a monster.
He's 6'5" and just shredded. And then
Yeah, what does he have? 1.6
6% body fat, and they said that's dangerous too. Then he comes out and he looks like a fucking gazelle. Runs a 4.3340. This kid's going to be. He put himself in the top 10. He's going to be the first receiver off the board,
Oh yeah,
guaranteed.
the Lions are probably salivating. I think they're sitting in 8th or something like
But
that.
Jacksonville's right. I think he ends up right now tentatively. I think he goes to Jacksonville. They're going to get Nick Foles, which we'll talk about later, who's now a free agent. But the league doesn't start until next Wednesday. So next Wednesday night show, we're going to be having a lot to talk about because we're going to see some signings.
Yeah, there's
and
a
going
lot's
into the
going
show.
on.
So this kid, I wanted to throw this out to you though because I found these as fun stats. I'm comparing his stats from the Combine to Tom Brady. The 40, 4.33 to 5.28. Okay. The 3-cone drill, 7.38 for DK, 7.20 for Tom Brady. Tom Brady beat him in the 3-cone drill.
Jesus.
And then the 20-yard shuffle, 4.5 for DK, 4.38 for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So Brady beat him in the 20-yard shuffle and the 3-cone.
They did say that he did not have the best roundabout sort of abilities, anything like that. So, yeah, it's one of those that it's, not great. But the dude can fly. Straight line speed, that's what teams need. And he's going to go up and beat out most receivers.
It's going to be interesting. And one of the things that we added as Bear and I had a conversation before the show is that we wanted to talk about was let's do combine guesses for all of us.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Let's the vertical. So explain the vertical, how that works.
Well, it's a standing still, and they have a whole bunch of little vert cones, whatever. Or I shouldn't say cones, but little colored things that you jump up and you just got to slap, and that's your vertical. How many ever inches from the ground up? There's no running and jumping, just straight up jumping.
And Brandon said his in college when he played college football was a 22. Now I'm like, and that's just jumping straight up. So I'm like, so Brandon got 22 inches off the ground.
I can't believe that. Maybe it was 2.2 and you forgot to put the decimal in there.
So I think I could get, maybe, because when you look at it, so above head, I don't know, I'm 6 foot. This gives me another, foot? I'd probably get maybe 28 if I was lucky. Maybe. Now.
I don't even know.
I don't know. I can't touch a rim.
I'm not a good running and jumping. Yeah, from the ground, I don't think it'd be great.
No, I'm with you.
I'd be more than Brandon though.
What would he be now?
1, maybe.
Maybe. What if you threw a Miller Lite towards the top? You think he'd jump higher?
No. 1.5. Maybe.
Poor kid. Maybe. What about the 40-yard?
For Brandon?
I think I could get like a 4.7, 4.8, honestly. Now.
Right now.
Probably a 4.8, I would say.
I think right now I'd be right under 5, probably.
Brandon?
5.8.
I was going to say 6.2. By the way,
6.9.
6.9. In his vertical, I think he doesn't get too high because he's going to spend one hand trying to slap the damn sticks and the other hand holding his fucking pants up because he doesn't wear a belt.
Yeah.
That's true.
That would be about right.
What about bench press?
I would assume, though, if he did that, he'd be in spandex.
Probably. What about the bench press?
Let's see. I could do 225 0 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I could, the most I ever did it, like I said, was 19 times. Now,
I don't even know if I'd be able to budge the bar.
45 pounds? Oh, you're saying with 225?
Yeah.
No, I think you could. I have faith in you. But you're what, like $170?
A fat, yeah.
All right. I think now I could probably do it, and I haven't bench pressed in a while. And that's another story. I told you about that when I tried to go to my gym and it was gone because I work out from home a lot. I haven't done chest press or anything in a while. I could probably do 225 just without practice or warm up laying down. I think right now maybe 6 or 7 times, maybe if I was lucky, which is okay.
Better than 0.
19 was a lot. Brandon, I think he could do it 1. I'll give him 1. It's a possibility.
I could see it.
I think he could.
I think everyone would beat me. That's for sure.
We might have to try that. We're not going to do it on the 100th episode. That would be bad. We'll try. We'll go to the gym.
God, no.
Over the line, streaming live from the gym. But we got to do it at like a Planet Fitness, so they just yell at us, and drop all the weights and just
scream, get
kick
the
us out.
lunk alarm going. I like that.
Right. So how'd Dwayne do?
He ran a 5.1, I think. Which, according to Stephen A. Smith, he's a better running quarterback than throwing quarterback.
Fucking moron.
Yeah. That was the most idiotic thing he could have said. We knew. I mean, if you watched any Ohio State, he's not a runner. The dude can throw. And from everything I heard, he literally threw better than any quarterback by a mile. And everyone before this was all in on Drew Lock.
I was about to say, what about Drew Lock?
Drew Lock better than Haskins. Drew Lock, and not after this. When they saw Haskins throwing, they said Haskins was amazing in the throwing drills. They said,
and he's a good leader. He passed all those tests. That he's just going to be a good leader. Yeah.
But Drew Lock had a great combine as well. I didn't see what he ran.
They're both going to go in the first round.
I did hear. He hit the.
And somehow Kyler.
There's going to be.
I don't get it.
Somehow going to be 3 quarterbacks.
I don't.
In the top 15.
I don't get it. Like, why does anybody want Kyler? He's like 5. They said 5'10". Fuck you. That dude is lucky to be 5'10". He's 5'9".
That's surprising.
Maybe.
Very surprising.
And they said he didn't pass, do well in the leadership qualities or, team or any of that. So I don't get it, man. I don't understand. Dwayne should go first, and it's looking like the Giants. They're saying that the Raiders, if Arizona, they just recently said today that Rosen's not on the market, but if they keep, which Cliff Kingsbury, he got Kyler Murray. Like, that was his kid out of high school.
I know.
Recruited him. He shouldn't go after him. Keep Rosen, develop that kid. Kyler, I would not be surprised if he did go to Oakland. We talked about this earlier because Oakland is potentially going after Antonio Brown. We'll find out next week. We'll probably know where he gets traded to. And they said Le'Veon Bell.
They wanted Bell, Brown, and Kyler. Why the hell wouldn't you want Bell, Brown, and Haskins? How dumb. Right. I don't think John Gruden's dumb. And maybe he's
and
not.
he knows quarterback because he did that whole show on quarterbacks.
And maybe he's just fucking with everybody because that's what it feels like. I feel like he's just
to piss off the Giants.
Or just in general.
If he was smart, he'd take Dwayne.
But that's what I'm saying though. Maybe he's saying that because he could see the Giants trading up to 2 or something.
That's pretty smart.
And he's saying, "Oh, we'll take Kyler." So the Giants are sitting back there in 5th, going, "Okay, we got him," or 6th, wherever the hell they're drafting.
Yeah, because where are the Raiders? 2nd,
3rd. It's Arizona, San Francisco, Oakland.
Oh yeah, because Bosa's potentially could fall to San Fran. Yeah.
If not 1. But
well, Allen might
going to.
I wouldn't be shocked if Josh Allen went 3rd or 4th too, like 3rd to the Raiders. The guy's a stud too.
They should, but
if Dwayne's there and you need a quarter,
the Raiders
Carr's
have
not
2
bad.
other picks in the 1st round too.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can get some. They are stacked with edge rushers.
But watch this though. How about this? How about Brown? Obviously, is going to get traded. They said it's going to happen by Friday. They're saying for 1st round pick.
Well, they said he's worth a 4th.
1st round pick and Derek Carr, back up Roethlisberger because he's about done. He's got 2 more years left.
I think they can get away with a 4th in Carr.
Possible. The Steelers, I think, originally wanted 2 1s, which isn't going to happen.
Good luck.
But
Carr and a 1 would be good. I think it's a fair trade.
I mean, then you
and
have
then you get
your
Dwayne,
future.
But you got to make sure you get Dwayne or Kyle.
Not Kyler, Dwayne or Drew Lock. But it doesn't matter because you're going to. Because Arizona is either taking Kyler or they're not taking quarterback, right? They got Rosen. So
they're taking Kyler or Bosa.
There you go. San Francisco is taking edge rushers. So they're taking Bosa or Allen.
Yep.
No matter what. They're done. That's what they need. They have a quarterback. They're good. So 3, now you got Oakland. Then draft gets crazy there.
Could you imagine? And imagine this.
Carr gone for Brown. And let's just say a 1st round. Let's say their last 1st round pick. So Steelers get 2 1st round picks. Then you get no quarterback. You have Brown right now. Okay. Let's say you sign Bell because there's no money there. You just got rid of Carr's contract.
Could you imagine if they traded up more and got DK Metcalf with Brown, with Bell, with Haskins?
Yeah, they'd have to trade up a lot.
To get to like 7? Yeah. They'd have to get past 7. They'd have to get 6. They could trade their other 2 first rounders to get up there with whoever's in 6. It's potential. Have the 4 and the 6. Take Dwayne, take DK, get Bell, and you have a whole new team.
I mean, if they were smart.
Granted, Khalil Mack it's fucking Khalil Mack.
And I was wrong. Jets are 3. Oakland's 4.
Okay. Who's 6?
The Giants are 6.
So they're not trading.
So it's Arizona, San Francisco, the Jets, Oakland, Tampa, Giants, Jacksonville, Detroit.
Well, Jets have Darnold, so they're not taking a quarterback.
Right. They're going to go defense.
Right.
Detroit or offensive line.
Right.
Detroit at 8, Buffalo 9, Denver 10, Oakland. Where's Oakland's next one? 24 from the Bears, and then 27 from Dallas.
Yep.
So you got 2 later picks that you could certainly move up again. It'll be interesting. Very interesting.
Well, do you think the Broncos draft Lock? I mean, they just got Joe Flacco. Get Drew Lock, maybe, what are they, at 10?
Yeah.
They can get Lock and Flacco, the veteran, train him. Get rid of Keenum's contract.
Don't count out Detroit there, man.
Stafford, to get Lock? Really?
Stafford is older. I don't think they will. I'm just saying it would be, you throw a wrench. The same thing with Tampa.
Who's that kid from Mississippi State? That edge rusher, Montez Sweat, right? Yeah. I think he could go to Detroit. You've got other. I think DK. He moved himself into the top 10, but nobody really needs it until Jacksonville. And as we're going to talk about in a bit, and we'll just talk about it now. Jacksonville next week is going to sign Foles. Yep. I mean, it's pretty much a done deal. And I could see DK going to Jacksonville. How huge would that be? That team went from winning the division to last.
Back to winning the division. Yeah.
Just with Nick Foles, if you put him with – who's the coach down in Jacksonville now? Either way, it's not Shitstick, who was at the fucking Rams before, right?
Jeff Fisher?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Who ruined that? Because he had what? He had Who did he have? Case Keenum and Nick Foles? And fucking ruined him?
Yes.
Yeah. And Nick Foles goes to Doug Peterson and just is a stud.
And Peterson's a quarterback's coach. So Doug Marrone is Jacksonville's coach.
Yeah.
Marrone's a good coach. I mean, he took them to the playoffs.
Right.
With Blake Bortles. Just remember that.
Blake fucking Bortles.
Blake Bortles. Yeah. So, like I said, the draft is... We got the combine out of the way. Free agency starts next week, or the new year, I should say, starts next week. It's going to be a fun next couple weeks until then we get to the draft at the end of April. So it'll be interesting. There's a lot that can happen. And you still got to do your own pro days as well. So remember that. They'll all go work out back at their colleges. So that'll be a couple weeks from now as well. Their own private workouts.
So there's a big thing about Dwayne. I wanted to talk about Dwayne a little bit more. He was doing interviews with all the teams, and they said he's smart, poised, confident, and he's everything you want mentally in a quarterback. And you saw what he has skill-wise. And if the Giants take him, do you think he starts this year at some point?
Oh, yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
If they
he won't open the season.
I mean, there's a rumor that Odell's getting traded now, too, so I don't know what the hell's going on. They had Landon Collins for a first-round pick for some team, unknown, and they didn't pull the trigger on it.
Right.
The Giants are been doing really bad.
And it's going to be important to watch what happens to Odell. Could you see this? Think about this, hypothetical. Do you think that the Steelers would trade AB for Odell? Do you think those two teams would do that?
No.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Because two divas?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it.
They're saying right now that they're trying to float around for a first-round pick.
Right.
And then they could move up if they wanted, the Giants.
I think there'll be some interesting trades come draft day with players, not only picks, with players.
You think Dallas tries to move up into the first round?
Nope.
Think they're good?
Yep.
I
think that they have everything that they need. You just got Witten. I mean, tight end was almost going to be a thing that they would have had to think about. Do you want to trade up and get Noah Fant? You want to trade up and get who's the other kid from another kid from Iowa too? That's good, but do you do that?
What is it? Noah Fant. Yeah, he was the first one in there, and then God dang it, who was the other kids? I'm gonna have to find him. But I know they're both tight ends, right? From Iowa.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're both pretty much first round picks. T.J. Hawkinson.
Yes. Hawkinson.
Yeah. I think he goes before Fant, honestly. I mean, Fant had a sick combine, but Fant right now I think could go to the Redskins. Right now there's talk of the Redskins potentially getting Rosen if Arizona tried to trade Rosen to get Kyler Murray. We'll see. Hawkinson's 40 was not that great, but his all-around game is kind of what Gruden's looking for. Jay Gruden, that is. So we'll see. And I don't know. And then they get Darius Geis back this year.
Yep. So they don't need running back.
Nope. So,
and they'll probably keep AP, I would think.
And Vernon Davis. And then Vernon Davis is there, but he's old.
Yeah.
And then Jordan Reed's just injured all the time.
100 concussions.
So I could see them going after somebody young. And with Dallas, like you said, Witten's back. I don't think he was back when we did the last show.
No, he wasn't. That was this weekend, I think.
I was surprised. I kind of like what Dallas has, though, in the younger guys, but they need Witten. Witten's going to do, I would say, maybe 25% of the plays, would you say?
Yeah. I mean, he's only 36. He's not that
old. He'll
old.
be 37 by the time the season starts.
Yeah, that's not till August.
Right.
He just had a year off, so his body's healed.
But we got what? Rico, and then what was the other one that came on that scored all the fucking touchdowns?
Blake Jarwin.
At the end of the year.
And, I mean, they have a lot. They got Gathers, who I think they'll get rid of. They got Rico. They got Schwartz, I think. I want to say.
Yep.
But yeah, it's certainly.
I just got an update, by the way. Breaking news: Romo to play his second 2019 PGA Tour event, accepts sponsors exemption to Corral's Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship. Can you explain a sponsors exemption? I know we'll get back to football.
You're exempted by the sponsor
of the tournament.
I would think so. Yeah. What is it?
Corrals.
Golden.
Punta Cana.
No, Golden Corrals.
Golden Corral's giving him a sponsor's exemption.
Yeah. So really, they don't do it a lot, but there are certain times. Like in the PGA, they got like journeymen who are on like their last leg, and
he missed the cut.
They need to win a
tournament. He shot an 82 last year at this event.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll do the same. I thought it was good to start. Now it's getting old.
What, Romo?
Playing on the PGA, yeah.
Right.
It's just
so
a little bit old.
Here's the other thing I want you to think about as we get back into football. So 2 Ole Miss receivers I could see going in the first round, right?
Yeah.
All right. I think they go before any other receivers. So, you got DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown's the other one. Do you think A.J. Brown, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking there is potential that A.J. Brown could slip and go all the way to 17 with the Browns. When you think about it, you got Callaway, right? You've got Jarvis Landry, and bring this kid in.
I'm not saying that'd be great. I just don't think he slips that far.
You don't think he does?
No, but if he's there, then they have to take him.
Right.
They don't have a choice.
I'm looking at the other teams. Carolina needs defense, and
they need a wide receiver.
Carolina?
Dude, Funchess is their number 1. He sucks. He can't catch.
Well, they think he's good. They might. What if they took a quarterback? Washington, they need a lot. Atlanta, they need an edge rusher again. They could go with Burns.
They wouldn't take because they got Ridley last year. So
Dolphin. I mean, a lot of edge rushers are going to go early this year. Who do we got? Green Bay. Clay Matthews is looking rough now.
They need an edge rusher, but if Metcalf's there, they might take him too.
I think they could get that kid from LSU, Devin White. Bengals, they need a whole new team. We talk about the Broncos. Could they take Drew Lock? Yeah. You think the Bengals, if Drew Lock slipped, they would take him?
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. I don't know if they would. Dalton still has got a big contract. But they could. They just got to let Dalton sling. Just let him throw.
I think that Buffalo needs an offensive line, so we'll see what they do there. And then I'm just kind of working my way back. Detroit, they need they need a rusher too. I think Sweat goes there. DK, I think, falls to Jacksonville. Trades can mess this whole thing up.
Right.
But, we'll see. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens this whole year. We've got a lot going on. I would be intrigued by it. And, I'm looking forward to the draft, man. We're going to cover that on the April 17th show, which will be released on the 18th. We're going to release it because I'll be in Florida the following week, so we're probably going to have a Friday sports show when I get back on April 26th. And then, of course, wrestling will still be on Sunday. So anything else you got on this stuff? We talked about Bell. We talked about AB. Next week's the opening season in the NFL. I really got nothing else. Bosa looked okay. He ran a 4.8 or something like that, 40.
Yeah, he locked himself up as
he's good.
Top 2 pick.
I did have something else. Let me grab my phone here. I wanted to talk about who was franchised and who was not franchise tagged this year. I know for New England, Gostkowski was not tagged. You think he still re-signs with New England, or could somebody like Chicago step in who needs a kicker, get him?
Very possible.
You think so?
I would think New England would re-sign him because he's a good leg and he's been there.
He's been consistent for years.
Yeah, but it's New England.
Man, we're all just yawning over that damn thing, man, making us tired. God damn it, pal.
It's been a long day anyways.
So not tagged and now free. Le'Veon Bell, Landon Collins, where's he go? You think he goes to Dallas?
I think that
if you had a choice between Earl Thomas and Landon Collins, who are you taking?
Whoever's cheaper.
I'm with you.
Because Collins is not going to be as cheap as Thomas, I don't think.
No, I agree. Collins coming off that Earl Thomas coming off the broken leg. Mm-hmm. Nick Foles, he's going to go to Jacksonville. Trey Flowers, C.J. Mosley, Steven Gostkowski not tagged and now free. Who was tagged? Frank Clark, Jadeveon Clowney, D. Ford, Robbie Gould, Grady Jarrett, and DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus is going to, I think, sit out all of training camp, and he's going to be looking for that extension.
Which he should get before the season starts. So I hope he does. Good luck to him. And, as a Cowboys fan, that's what we hope for.
Did you happen to see, now we're going to get into the final thoughts. We're running near a little over an hour and a half. Just when you think two people couldn't carry on a show this long, we do.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. Did you see that Mike Tyson video that Brandon shared?
Yes.
What'd you think of that?
He could still knock somebody out.
Absolutely
Scary.
fucking insane.
Scary.
He is scary, man. Do you think he's still as solid as he was before?
Probably not, because he's an old man now, but I wouldn't want to be on a receiving end of any of those punches.
Fuck no.
Ever.
Fuck no. Do you think that...
hold on, time out.
Yeah.
Bears signed kicker Chris Blewitt, so no, they will
He
not
blew it.
sign Gostkowski.
No experience, but was with the Bears in the 2017 Ricky. Perfect guy to fucking sign. You had the guy that blew it, so now you're going to sign Chris Blewitt. Absolutely.
So no, they will not sign Gostkowski. I will.
Dude, I got it.
I will guarantee it.
Chris Blewitt, a story of Cumin.
Chris blew the Cumin.
Blewitt, the story of Cumin. All right, so what? I can't. Chris Blewitt. It just ties into that whole city's mantra of bullshit that they've had this entire year.
They should have just kept Robbie Gould.
I know, dude. And who's he kick for now? San Fran?
Yep.
Does he?
Yep.
God, that's insane. So let's talk a little bit about on this day. So fun fact on this day that you will appreciate this of all people. So in 1900, the birth of Lefty Grove, baseball pitcher, 300 wins.
Was he right-handed or left-handed?
We're going to go with he was ambidextrous.
Okay,
All
fair.
right. In 1922, Babe Ruth signs 3 years, $52,000 a year with the New York Yankees. In 1922.
The great Bambi, best player.
What?
You mean that wimpy deer?
That wimpy deer? I've never heard of her. It is what it is. So 1972, you'll like this. A lot of stuff happened on this day in 1972. Jack Nicklaus passes Arnold Palmer as golf's all-time money winner. On that same day, two people were born. Shaquille O'Neal, we've heard of him.
Happy birthday, Shaq.
And the Dirty Bird, Jamal Anderson.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm not going to say happy birthday to him. Only Shaq.
Only Shaq?
Only Shaq Diesel.
Why not the Dirty Bird?
I don't know. Because I think Shaq Diesel's cooler. Only get one birthday wish today.
Shaq Diesel.
Be Shaq Diesel.
Right. I love Shaq Diesel. Do you like Shaq Diesel?
I do like Shaq Diesel. He was a Cav.
He was a Cav?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of Cav?
A Cleveland Cav.
A Cleveland Cav. Yeah, for what, a hot second?
Well, I think a year.
That's not too bad. In 1982, the NBA had their highest scoring game. San Antonio beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Guess the score. Let's see how close you get.
Well, they just had the third highest, I think, was it last week? The Nets and somebody? Is that right?
So. Yeah.
Was it 4 overtimes?
Something like that.
And that was, what was that? Was like one, I don't remember what that was. The highest, I'm going to go 191 to 174.
Not too bad. 171 to 166. And since we talked about Iron Mike, 1985 makes his professional debut in Albany, New York, a match he wins by a first-round knockout of Hector Mercedes.
How long does it say?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Nope. Probably like 30 seconds,
I was about
a minute.
to say, it couldn't be that long.
Not bad. So, hour and 38 minutes in, so once this is all said and done and we have our stuff in and we have the song in, it's going to be about an hour and 40 minutes. One of our longer episodes, probably because we actually have stuff to talk about. And Brandon's not here.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we just rushed through stuff. So,
He's not watching the TV.
what are we going to have this? Blewitt. Chris Blewitt.
We can talk about it.
So, Cumin, a story of Chris Blewitt.
We can talk about it.
All right.
We can't give episode names away at the end of episodes.
We could.
No.
Yeah, you're right. We won't.
It's gotta be a
Except
surprise.
episode 100. We already know what that is.
Yes.
The Pod Beats box or the Pod Beats patty, whatever the hell we decide. Either way, thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thank you to All Wear Clothing, Brandon over there at All Wear Clothing, the first and primary sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. Sean at Crandall's Quality Lawn Care, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo surrounding area and not
Bangor, Maine.
Perfect. Julie the Cat Gaffney. Thank you to Verizon, PNC, and Charlie's Dodge. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Brandon, where are you?
At Burger King.